Hello everyone! Today we're taking a look at a truly unique chess game, a match between the legendary 95-year-old Yuri Averbakh and a 4-year-old prodigy, Misha Osipov. This remarkable game was played in 2016 somewhere in Russia. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment below. Osipov plays white and opens with e4. Black responds with c5, entering the Sicilian defense, knight to f3, knight to c6, and the center gets quickly exchanged. Averbakh attacks the pawn, and Osipov defends it with his knight. The move d6 opens the diagonal for the bishop. Bishop to b5 pins the knight. Bishop to d7 follows, and the knight get traded. The bishop retreats, and pawn e6 gives the bishop a square to move so black can castle. White castles, bishop to e7, rook to e1, and black castles as well.
Bishop to b2, and this is the first inaccuracy. White simply blocks the queen. Misha realizes this, and on the very next move, he brings the bishop to f4, meaning he loses a tempo. Averbakh immediately notices that the pawn is hanging and plays d5, starting to undermine White's position. Xd5 follows, again not a great move. White actually improves Black's pawn structure, and the bishop on d7 becomes fully open. At this point, Black already has the advantage. Queen to b6, and the pawn on b2 is under attack. Misha plays b3, but it would have been better to defend the pawn with the rook, because after b3, this diagonal becomes even weaker. Rook to c8, knight to e2, bishop to c5, and now the pawn on f2 is hanging as well. And here, Misha makes a critical mistake. He plays rook to f1. To be fair, this position is already tough to hold. He should have played bishop to g3, stepping out of the attack after e5, and at the same time defending the pawn on f2. That way, you solve two problems at once, and you also keep the rook on the e-file where it's much more active.
And the move rook to f1 puts White into a completely passive defensive position, and it was punished immediately. Yuri Averbakh noticed that White has serious problems with the bishop on d3. It's cramped and almost has no squares. He instantly takes advantage of this. First, he plays e5, attacking the dark-squared bishop, and then e4. And now everything is clear. White's bishop is completely trapped. It has nowhere to go, and Misha Osipov ends up losing a piece. The bishop goes to f6, ed3, and the queen comes to d3. And here, Averbakh surprisingly does not capture with the queen. He plays gf6 instead, destroying his own pawn structure. And yes, this was a mistake. He should have taken with the queen. After qf3, we get bishop to f8. He decides to reroute the bishop to g7 just in case, to avoid a possible perpetual check. And now Misha Osipov plays qf6, a full queen sacrifice. But for some reason, Yuri Averbakh replies with bishop to g7, completely missing the chance to capture the queen. And here it becomes clear that, unfortunately, age is affecting his play. Yuri Averbakh had serious vision problems and simply couldn't fully see what was happening on the board. He was playing almost blindly. Next came qb6. At this moment, he realized he had missed a queen and got upset. And after the move rook to c1, he made the unbelievable move rook to c2, just giving away the rook. Then came bishop to e6, and in this position, he resigned.
Most likely because of his age, he simply didn't see the rook, and that's how this dramatic game came to an end. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment. It really helps the channel grow.